finally told my best friend of 20 years my biggest secret, and her response changed everything between us. Amy and I have been inseparable since first grade. That's 22 years. Her house was my second home. Her family was perfect, including her older brother Freddie, who everyone thought was so cool. When I was 11, Freddie did something he shouldn't have. Multiple times, actually, during our sleepovers. I went through years of therapy to process it, but I never told Amy. How could I? Freddie was her hero, and he'd moved across the country for college anyway, so I just lived with it. I kept being her best friend and kept showing up for family dinners. Then Freddie moved back home last month. He bought a house 10 minutes from Amy's place with his wife Jenny, who he met in college. Amy threw this huge welcome home party. The whole family was there. Everyone was so excited Freddie was finally coming home after 10 years away. I told myself I could handle it. I was 28 now, not 11. I had therapy tools, breathing exercises. I could be in the same room as him for Amy. At the party, I even walked up to him. I said congratulations on the house and tried to be normal, but that's when he looked at me, really looked at me. And it was the exact same look from when I was 11. How he looks everywhere else besides my face. My whole body went cold. Jenny was standing right there, pregnant, talking about nursery colors. They were having a girl. Amy couldn't stop talking about how excited she was to be an aunt, how Freddie was going to be such a good dad, how he was already reading parenting books, setting up the perfect nursery. I tried to smile along, but I ended up in the bathroom and threw up. 2 weeks later, at Amy's daughter's birthday party, I watched Freddie with the little cousins, the 10 and 11-year-old girls. He was pushing them on the swing, normal uncle stuff, but then I heard that laugh, that specific way he'd touch their shoulders, how he'd whisper something that made them giggle and made sure to be their favorite, the cool uncle, just like before. Amy noticed me watching and she said, "Isn't it sweet how good he is with kids?" I said I had to leave early. Then last week, Amy told me Freddie signed up to volunteer at a dance studio, teaching ballet to 10 to 12-year-olds. He told everyone he wanted to learn about girls' interests before his daughter got older. Everyone thought it was adorable. A grown man learning ballet to be a better girl dad. The other moms at the studio loved him. Amy showed me the Facebook posts. "Mr. Freddie is so patient. The girls adore him. We need more men who care this much." The girls in those photos were all thin and small, wearing leotards and hair in tight buns. Amy asked if I wanted to come watch his first recital prep. She said he was helping with costume fittings, making sure all the girls felt comfortable and confident. He'd volunteered to stay late, to give individual attention to the struggling dancers, the shy ones, the ones who needed extra encouragement. I stared at her, my best friend of 22 years, smiling, proud of her brother, having no idea she was describing exactly how it started with me. That's when I knew I had to tell her. I couldn't watch him potentially do this again. Not while everyone stood around calling him wonderful. Even if he did change, I was finally ready to talk about it. I spent 3 days practicing in the mirror, writing it down and calling my therapist. I was finally ready to tell Amy everything. I sat Amy down in her living room and told her everything, every detail. She held my hand the whole time. When I finished, she had tears in her eyes. "I believe you," she said, squeezing my hand. "I'm so sorry that happened to you." Relief flooded through me, but then she pulled her hand away. "But that's my brother, and that was 17 years ago. You were both kids. He was 18, Amy. I was 11. He was a teenager who made a mistake. He has a family now, a daughter on the way." Her voice got harder. "Why are you bringing this up now, right when his life is perfect?" "Because he's working with little girls. He would never do that again. He was young and confused." She stood up, arms crossed. "Are you jealous? Is that what this is? He has everything. The house, the perfect wife, the baby, and you're still single, still in therapy, still stuck in the past?" My stomach dropped. "Amy, I'm trying to protect who? Or destroy him? If you say anything to anyone, I'll make sure everyone knows what kind of person you really are. Someone who seduces older boys and cries victim when they move on." Amy blocked me everywhere. 3 weeks later, 3 girls from the dance studio reported Freddie. He's awaiting trial. Amy knows I was right but still won't talk to me.